I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
What's going on, everyone? It's Inauthentic. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Breaking the Narrative, and I'm here with my good friend, the lovely Chrissie Mayer. Hi, Chrissie.
Hi, Nina. I'm so excited to break the narrative tonight. I've had quite a week. Monday, I had my show at Compound Media, and I always post a picture of the group, girls, usually adult film stars, because I know how Instagram works, okay?
Sure.
We have to thirst trap a little. And I looked at my post, and I realized I had drunkenly set up a St. Jude fundraiser on my Instagram post. And I was like, okay, this is bad. I shouldn't really try to take this down. But at the same time, I did not. If I was going to do a fundraiser post, I wouldn't have picked St. Jude. Like, St. Jude's, like, they're good. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't give money to them. I'm just saying, like, they have a good PR team. Like, their name is out there.
I'm bringing up the picture because this is funny.
And we're halfway there.
You're halfway there?
And then people were like, why are you raising only $100 for children's cancer? And I was like, I was drunk.
Oh my God. This is the picture, right?
That's the picture. I don't know if it shows it on the feed. I think if you click out of it, see if it comes up on just like this. What? Okay, that's weird. I think if you look at it on a mobile, it comes up.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's, do I have to no.
I
thought maybe you just have to switch it.
Well,
yeah,
now,
it doesn't say
now I look like I'm making things up, but it's
no, but I saw your comment here because you're like, I think I got drunk and put a St. Jude fundraiser on this post, and I was like, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
And I was like, well, I guess I'll leave it. That's the only thing worse than drunkenly putting up a fundraiser is then soberly taking it down.
Yeah. No, you got to keep it up. I mean, that's funny. Okay, let me ask you this. Did that chick, what was her name? God, the rapper chick.
The rapper chick.
Gigi Gaga. No, not Lady Gaga.
Not Lady Gaga.
Gaga. No.
This is somebody I know?
Yeah, the one that we were trying to get on your show. on Twitter. We were trying to get her on your show.
Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, Iggy Azalea. That's right.
She wants nothing to do with me. No. She will not respond.
Oh, she didn't give up. She didn't give into this.
She sees me as an Isabella Riley supporter and apologist, so she will not answer my tweets.
That is so not something you are. That's what I was trying to do with my post. I was trying to respond to her and be like, just
you were helpful.
Just relate to her like logical side. Like, she's really good. She goes to porn expos and like sex
Chrissie loves porn.
Yeah, Chrissie, it's funny because when I first met you, I was kind of shocked about how open you were with your sexuality and like your, how outgoing you were and how you as a conservative woman, like quote unquote, I'm putting quotes in unconservative because
there's no other name. Like there's anti-woke, there's not non-leftist, non-democrat. And I kind of am like a little bit, do I say libertarian? I don't know. They're kind of getting a bad rap lately. So
I mean, with that whole Eliza thing, when she's like, I identify as a libertarian, and in my euphoric view of like a libertarian society, everyone's trafficked. I'm like, what? Yeah, they're getting a bad rep. So
Eliza Blue, that burned hot and fast for a good 6 weeks, and now it's like we're all done because there's nothing else happening. There's no progress being made. There's been nothing new.
But that's what I was getting at about like you in general. Like when I first met you, it was a little bit like it was kind of different. You were different. You were different than everybody I'd ever met, because usually when I meet the conservative crowd, they're more like Brittany Venti, like very anti-porn, very kind of more conservative, more. I'm not going to talk about certain traditional
opinions,
mostly religious. I mean, Brittany's not.
Promiscuity. I'm not like I'm pro promiscuity, but it's like it depends on what your values and your goals are. If you want to get married and have a family one day, I would say limit the amount of time you're going to spend like just being an absent-minded hoe. But there's nothing wrong with it, in and of itself.
I think the point is that you didn't judge people usually the way conservatives do. And I like that about you. I was like,
I appreciate that so much, Nina, because I went on the Real Ass Podcast Day, which I go on every couple of months at Gas Digital, and I got shit for being too conservative. They're like, oh, you're such a Republican now. Just because I like well, we're talking about doggy style, and I was like, well, I don't okay, without getting too graphic, like sometimes depending on the size of the person you're with, you have to like curl your back, not like a Halloween cat per se, but like you know what I mean?
Sure,
you gotta moderate. There's not much you can do when you're down there to moderate what's going on. And sometimes when it's a lot coming at you, you got to do this. But if you're doing full out like arched back, backing up into it, then you're getting the full brunt of whatever he's offering you. And I just was trying to explain that when a girl does that, it means and like the host was saying, wow, no girl has ever done that with me, which makes me think I'm small down there. And I was just explaining this way that women can kind of like, okay, because when it hits that your cervical wall, now we are getting medical here. For me, I get nauseous for like a good half hour. And this is a thing that happens.
Mine gets really painful to a point where I can't stand anymore. And
see, it's a thing. Yeah.
No, just like stop right there. Like,
I guess it's a good problem to have, but and so I'm explaining this to me, like, oh, you're such a Republican now. You're not fun anymore. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And here's the thing is like what I have learned as I get older, it's not that you become like more prude or more like judgy. It's like you're just as fun and like if you have your kinks, whatever. It's just that like it's cooler to not always put it all out there all the time. It's cooler to keep some things to yourself.
Mystery
between you and your person. Yeah, I think the degree to which you cannot put everything out there makes you a little more interesting.
Well, and that's such an interesting point, because that's kind of why actors and actresses aren't so interesting anymore, because they used to be interesting because there was this era of mystery. There was this era of like, oh, I don't know anything about this person. They're so far away. God,
a picture of them going to the grocery store. They're just like us. And then as soon as they got on social media, we were like, ugh, look how big the pandemic. Are you kidding me? That was the last straw. We were like, look how big all these fucking people's houses are. Like we're not in the same boat.
Yeah, we're not
together. Like you're having a different kind of lockdown than we are. Okay.
Yeah. Like especially like when Arnold came out and he was like, fuck your freedoms. Meanwhile, I'm in my pool with my donkey that just walks around the house. And I'm like, dude, that's you're like, this is not the life we're living, you know, or Gal Gadot coming out with that whole Imagine song and
God.
like fucking Madonna and the milk bath
In
and
her milk
she's
bath.
all, "Hi everyone, like, oh my God, like, go get whatever for
They're all
COVID.
mental.
We're
They're
all in this
all
together." And I'm like, are we?
like, please stop trying to be relatable. Please stop trying to appeal to us unwashed masses. Just embrace your elite status, embrace your celebrity. Like when you start pretending like you're down here with us is when you come across so inauthentic. You're so not genuine. Everyone sees right through it. Just bask in your wealth like the Kardashians do.
And everyone's over it too. It's like, can you not? Like, we just don't need any more bullshit from you. Hold on. I'm pulling up this Madonna thing that was going around. Because I was like, oh my God.
Madonna. She can't help herself.
She lost her mind.
And now she can't stop doing stuff to her face.
Oh my God. Her face is just like she's not the same person anymore. She's just not.
She refuses to accept the fact that she is a 70-year-old woman. Is that how old is Madonna currently?
I think isn't she like 64 or something?
64. Okay.
Yeah, she's 64. Oh my God, where is this video? There was a video of her where she was just like dancing around. I was like, she's high. Like there's like she looks like she's on drugs. Like I'm like,
ooh, somebody got their medical card.
Right?
You girl.
Get
it.
I'm just trying to pull it up though because it was so freaking funny. I was like, man, this girl, she's just going off.
Wow.
Hang on 2 seconds here, guys. It's like, you know, when you post stuff on Twitter and then it's like you don't think you're posting that much, and then you keep posting and you're like, oh man, everything is just drowned out now. Like, where did this freaking video go? I had it and now it's freaking gone. Maybe somebody deleted it.
A Madonna dancing video?
Yeah, she's just like dancing and she looks like a clown. She looks god awful.
From this year?
Yeah, from like a couple months, like a few days ago. And she's just like, she looks like a candy raver.
Maybe she regrets this video and she's paid extra money to the internet to get it removed, which is why we're having a hard time finding it.
That's right. Yeah, maybe she got trafficked through this video and we all have to pay the piper.
Was it on Instagram?
I think so.
Oh, yes. Okay. Is it April 20? No, that was last year.
It's the one where
this one? This one's from last year, but I don't know if it's what you were thinking of. I'm putting it in the chat. It's gonna be worth it, guys. We're gonna find it.
Yeah, we're gonna find this.
We're gonna.
No, this isn't the one.
I found it. Okay.
She just looks high as fuck. She's just
okay.
And she's got like a knitted. She's got like a knitted hat on. Let's see.
Stop trying to be sexy. You're 64. It's honestly selfish. It's like you've had so many years, Madonna, to be not only a musical icon, but sexy. Stop trying to be. You can still look good and be beautiful at 64, but stop trying to give us sexy at 64.
Stop trying to give us sexy at 64. I mean, honestly, I could not have said it better myself. I'm like so over everybody. Okay, I can't find the video. You know what? Screw it. Whatever. Who cares? Up. We all know she's crazy.
If someone in the chat finds it.
Yeah, it's just like her going off. She's just like dancing like a candy striper, like at a rave. And she's got this like colorful hat on from like, I don't know, somebody knitted for her.
So freaking Carrie Smith was laughing. We think it's whatever. It's probably like whatever she's on is telling her that these are all good choices to make.
It was so funny because I showed it to Carrie Smith on Toxic Femme, and she was like laughing her ass off, and she's like, "I do admire her knitted hat."
That my shirt is matching your theme color here a little bit.
Yeah,
lilac. I'm crying.
I love it. Okay, hold on. I just went to Madonna's Instagram just in case, like she posted it herself, but it's not there, so never mind. God, she's lost her freaking mind though. We'll watch this new one just so we can judge her a little bit.
Good.
Here we go. Wait, what the heck is this? Okay, there she is.
Oh no.
There she goes. I mean, she's
She
making a music
literally
video,
was
but-
doing the whoop, 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 whoop. That Homer Simpson did that when he
she's
went
doing
nuts.
the Homer.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh my God, you're
Oscar
right.
night with JR. This is like, who let grandma into the peach schnapps? Somebody put her to bed.
Oh my God. And she's surrounded by like super young people.
This just goes to show how much like respect and like how much patience she's earned from those around her. Like no one's gonna be like, stop it, you're making a fool of yourself. They're like, no, she's Madonna. So she unfortunately has earned, she has the
Are we able to say respect?
Ridiculous shit.
Because I don't know if it's quite respect that she has. It's just
right. People are probably afraid to tell her no. She's probably got a lot of all her handlers are yes people. Everyone around her is a yes person. She needs a trusted gay to tell her, honey,
right?
This must stop. She needs a Mike Harlow in her life.
She does. She needs a Mike Harlow. That's exactly who she needs. And it's like she doesn't need like fake gay. She needs like real gay. Like you can't have like Sam Smith, because Sam Smith has lost his ever loving mind too. It's like no, like he needs friends too.
He's a performance gay. I don't even like. His handlers are just telling him what to do and wear and say, and like, oh, looks like your whole personality is now Satan. Run with it. It's already boring.
It's so cringe though. It's like the worst kind of Satan. It's not even sexy. Like you're like, Satan used to at least be a little sexy. Like you would be like, oh, there's something to offer. Like there's something tempting about it. That's why, lust is a sin, because it's sexy. It's like you want that. But then you look at Sam Smith and you're like, ugh. Like
they're like, who do we have to push this new Satan narrative? Ugh, Sam Smith. Should we have him work out for a year and then no, just send him the devil costume. Let's do this.
I know, right? Oh my God.
Tim Dillon had a really funny rant about him, and he explained. He said Tim Dillon's a comedian. He's so funny. He said that like Sam Smith looks like just like a fat girl at Hot Topic with like a dog collar on. It was a great rant.
That is not a lie. That is not a lie. Who said this?
Tim Dillon.
Oh, Tim Dillon. Okay. I was like, I heard a Dylan, and I was like, not the Dylan I'm thinking of. Okay. No, Tim Dillon's great. I love Tim Dillon. Scratch and Sniff for $1.99 says, hello, ladies. Nina, you get my first super chat. Oh my God. Like first super chat ever? That's such an honor. Thank you, Scratch and Sniff. That's a very funny icon. I love it. I love it. Okay, here's another freak. This is funny because I was like, wait, what? Because have you heard rumors that Megan Fox used to drink like the blood of the dude he was with?
That's not a rumor. She talks about it openly that she would drink Machine Gun Kelly's blood.
Yeah. So here is the video where she's talking about drinking his blood.
Drink each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do.
I like how like she's like, oh my God, like it was being portrayed in like such a bad way. Like I was like, we didn't. It have looks goblets.
Like she's like covered in cum but glamorous. That's her fashion vibe.
The glitter is cum.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes.
Yeah, it's cute.
Only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like
only hot women
few drops of blood
can get away with saying this kind of stuff.
He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul. Let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened for many times.
Attention.
Drank each other's blood.
Doing the most shocking thing that like it's literally satanic rituals and like what basically like what's it called? Related porn. Not even stepmom, but like those are like the last two
like not snuff
frontiers.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it is. Yeah, clearly this is a ritual. It's a thing that they do. God, I've also seen people like recap this particular video, and they zoom in on her neck and they go, oh, Megan Fox was a dude, look at her Adam's apple. Like, that's another conspiracy theory.
Oh my God. Okay, I don't believe that.
Like, if she's a dude, then
yeah,
then we're done. I'm throwing in the towel.
Yeah, like there's no way that
no one has any chance.
There's no freaking way she's a dude. Like, I can be convinced about the whole Michael Obama thing. Like, I can go there. Like, especially when people are like,
you guys. Yeah. Incest.
Oh, is that where we're going? Okay. Yeah, like I can like relate, like not relate, but I can like follow the trail, like the breadcrumbs for the whole Michael Obama thing, because like when people, especially when they're like, oh, show me like a picture, because I saw somebody recently made a thread about like, show me a picture of her pregnant, and no one can find one. Like, there's just not one. And the funniest part is some people are posting pictures of her quote unquote pregnant, and it's not at all like pregnant looking. They're like, clearly she's pregnant. And I'm like, there's not even a baby bump. Like, what are you talking? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because that's
you guys don't know the difference between bloated and pregnant.
Yeah, clearly they don't know that. Chrissy, where can we find your P.O. Box address?
Oh, I'll tell it to you right now. It's P.O. Box 884, Chappaqua, New York, 10514. There. I'm going to put it on my website too. I've been meaning to. I just haven't.
You got to do that and then put it in your description of your videos. And people can just go there and grab it every time. Because that'll just be easy.
It's exciting. I went to the P.O. Box for the first time, and I like had a little letter. And I was like, I like spun around. I was like, hooray. It feels like you're in school and you get a Valentine.
Oh, that's so cute. I can't wait until I set up mine. I'm going to at some point. It'll be great.
It's awesome.
Now let's talk about some other freak that's on the thumbnail. This weirdo got Drew Barrymore. Well, I mean, he didn't get her to do it. She did it all on her own. She got on her knees. Drew Barrymore kneels in front of controversial trans star Dylan Mulvaney on TV, sparking debate online. What's the debate?
Right. Who's pro getting on your knees? Who's like, that was a great idea?
Not conservatives. No, I'm just
I've heard people say, wow, she's just a human trying to have a human connection. And it's like, really? Sorry if I have a hard time believing that, considering we're looking at two professional actors.
Yep.
So yeah, excuse me if I don't buy this as a genuine human moment.
Yeah, everything they do is like is a setup. And here, let's see if does this show it? Yeah, here it is. So she got on her knees.
You know who she was the most critical of me sometimes? Dylan's like, ho, girl, tell me who. It's me.
It's me. Are we like on the floor together? Yeah, like because the floor is the safest place.
The floor feels safer. Oh, come on. That thing she did with her leg, that's funny. That's how I sit at my podcasting chair.
Like cross-legged.
But it's like you're officially, I don't know.
Can we
I feel like Drew Barrymore could be a genuine person, but just this looks so, Dylan is so fucking fake.
I know.
And she's clearly playing this up. Like the second she's like, well, I'll get on the floor. This will be a viral moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you saw it too. Like when the moment that she decided to get on the floor, it was like, oh wait, I'm gonna lean into this.
Because she could have scooched her chair.
Yeah,
she could have scooched her over to like hold Dylan's hand or something, or like. And you can. What are they? 2 feet from each other? She can look into Dylan's eyes and say the same exact shit. What do you have to be on the floor for?
You don't have to be on the floor. This was a calculated move by her.
Yeah.
Because she was like this, you could have easily scooched your chair.
Yeah.
And he could have done the same thing. Like he could have scooched his chair towards her and then like kind of meet in the middle. But no, they're like,
it's almost like this is something you would do to a kid. Like if there was a little kid crying or having a meltdown, it's almost like you get down on their level.
Right.
And it's like, this is probably just totally acted. Like this probably wasn't planned, this moment, but I wonder if it's like Drew Barrymore is giving us this perfect example of this white woman savior complex. Like she's literally treating Dylan in this moment like a kid who needs help and care and nurturing. And it's like, Is she being condescending? I don't know. It's like, but it doesn't look like she's talking to another fully grown ass adult man, woman, whatever you want to believe. Like, this is another adult, and she's talking to Dylan like he's a kid.
Yeah,
like he's getting bullied at school. It's like, you chose this life. You continue to choose this life every single day. Dylan wakes up and goes, "I'm gonna be a trans influencer. Let's open up my box of tampons and see what I can do with them today."
Oh my god. Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm kind of really over this bullshit because I feel like a lot of this is just enabling mental illness, and I'm just, and with regards to like Dylan Mulvaney, like, I think that there's a thing to be said about people who actually have gender dysphoria, and I don't think he's one of them. I think he's just using gender dysphoria, kind of like Eliza Blue was using the victims of, human trafficking to get to where she got to. He's using that. He's using gender dysphoria as like a thing to get famous. And it's really weird because I kind of went through this rabbit hole of trying to figure out who he was. And this one dude had done a video about him. And actually the video is a really good video. I recommend people watch it. And the guy was actually saying that that Dylan is actually a victim of grooming. And I was like, oh, like, so I kind of like went into this rabbit hole of trying to figure out what it was about. I'm going to pull up this video. Yeah. And basically, like, he, according to this video of this guy here it is. This is the channel. Let me just quickly show you guys. It's called,
because that's how you
Odin's
can
Men.
get me to empathize for Dylan, is like, let's get into why he is the way he is.
Right.
Like, why did he go from Book of Mormon, Broadway star, to now when you look at this, you go, okay, this is his next role. 300 Days of Girlhood is simply his next role that he's performing in.
Right. And this guy kind of goes into that. Odin's Men, shout out, because they're a really good account to follow on Twitter, but also they have a channel, and he went and broke this shit down. And it was really, like, I'm not going to go through the whole video because obviously this is like his content and you want to go and kind of see that for yourself.
It's like 7+ minutes long.
Yeah. But he basically talked about how, like, these dudes, they're like a band.
Is that at Joe's in New York City? Joe's,
I think so. Ugh.
Oh, interesting.
And he's saying that basically Dylan was a teenage hitchhiker that these guys picked up and brought here, and basically kind of like gave him alcohol and got him to kind of go along and play along with everything. So that's him right there.
At Pride events.
Yeah, he was basically nude on stage, like very scantily clad.
Yes.
How old was he here? He's high school age?
He was like 17, like 16 or 17.
Itsy bitsy shorts, which I can't show.
Yeah, he's talking about like when did they
Hey guys, we met him in San Diego when he was our youngest Skivvies guest.
This is bad. Yeah, this is very like
Skivvies guest. Everybody on the stage here is in their underwear, and they've got tiny.
It's so gross because all of these people are adults and he's not. Like, he is underage.
No,
and
that's not good.
No, and they got him to,
and like parading him out here like this.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny shorts on to show their man parts. That's cute.
So give it up for him for that.
And it's like, you can't wait a year.
You did like the
can't wait till Dylan turns 18.
No.
And then he can decide on his own if he wants to do this.
It's weird, man, because this guy goes into this video and like the video is so cringe because they're constantly kind of talking about him in like such a sexual way, like, and he's not a full adult yet, and they're like, how do you want to represent your penis? Like, do you like it when it's flipped up or flipped down? And he's like, I like when it's flipped up because it looks bigger. And it's like this whole thing, and it's really disturbing. And you're just kind of like, okay, so this dude was just like a gay kid, and then he, like, because he seems gay, like he seems like he was gay,
very gay, yeah.
And then he just became.
Some people are also groomed, like they are molested or something by another man, and that is something clicks in their brain where they think in order to have it make sense, they then become gay to go, okay, that wasn't abuse, like I'm just gay, and then they continue on.
Well, and I mean, I don't know what happened to him before this, but this dude actually claims that he had gone to like a gay pride event, and I guess like he had seen things that he wasn't ready for, and he flip. But that's just his theory. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. God knows, like, who knows what turned him or whatever. But here, let's watch a little bit more of this.
Or what did you do as a young? The Grinch Stole Christmas for 4 years in a row.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Young professional actor.
Yeah, so San Diego.
You can see what Hollywood's doing here. Young professional actor went to Pride event. We'll get to the bottle of champagne as a minor. Nothing to see here.
This is like went out there for like, it's gross. Everybody check out this video because it's kind of disturbing, like what it goes. Again, the channel is Odin's Men, and it's a good channel. He's a good. You should have him on your channel. You should contact him. He's a really cool dude. I would like to get him on Breaking the Narrative. I think he's awesome.
He seems like an OG.
Yeah, he is. He's really cool. Let me get
that's really sad. But that's the thing is, like, you're into Broadway, you're into theater. He clearly liked the spotlight, and the adults around him took advantage of that. And it's hard to know where his interests and his own desires meet with the people around him taking advantage. Like, I'm sure he willingly took the train or drove or whatever to that event. Like, it doesn't look like he's there against his will. But again, it's like it really muddies the waters, and it's the adults around him really should have been like, yeah, let's not go near this because you're not 18.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, and that's the thing, right? It just becomes so and that's the thing with our society right now. It's like we constantly hear these stories of, like, for example, Ron DeSantis, like how he's banning porn in the classroom for kids. Like, these books of porn shouldn't be there at the library. No one's saying that they shouldn't be there in general. Like, if you're, in your general public library, if you on your own, you want to go and, take that book out, then you can. But in schools, in front of kids, like, maybe don't have porn. Like, these are the things that are just very casually, like, it kind of very dismissing. People are dismissing this topic as if, like, we're all crazy.
When you can enjoy porn for literally the rest of your life. Like, just take the few years that you're in school to focus on the subjects you need to, eventually get a job one day.
Yeah. But hey, no, they gotta learn about porn. I can't believe it's not butter for $1.99. It says, Chrissie, how are you doing on your keto?
Oh, that's Melanie's face. I could crank it up a notch. Like, I just had like almost I went into the city today to do a podcast, and then I stayed for another, like I said before, another podcast. But I had almost a whole bottle of Prosecco, like, by myself, which, while low in carbs, is like not ideally keto. So I could be laying off the sauce. But generally I'm just eating like egg bites and drinking Trulies. That's basically my diet at the moment.
That's a good thing, like, to lay off the booze for a bit, just like as a detox anyways. Because then you can, like, just kind of detox all that shit. And then you'll get, like, drunk really fast too. Like, after a while you become like such an easy drunk. That's me. I'm always like, oh, one drink. And I'm like, woo, what's going on, everybody?
Crank it up a notch. I think I need to have a lot of hard-boiled eggs at the ready just to, like, eat all day.
Some good beef jerky, maybe some things.
Beef jerky. I like cheese wisps. What are they called? Whips. It's basically dehydrated or like they shock the cheese into a cracker chip-like shape. Those are good. Yeah, Parm crisps. Those are good.
Ooh, that sounds really good. I've never had that before.
They're good. Parm crisps, where it's at. Carnivore crisps are so good. Very expensive, but very good.
There was also this bit of news that caught my eye. I was like, wait, what is this about? It's kind of like covering the same topic of weirdos. I just feel like feminism has destroyed feminism.
Destroyed.
It's just kind of feminists killed feminists. And this is supposed to be an all-female college. Wesley's college students vote to admit trans men, all non-binary students.
What?
So students at the
Oh
Wesley
my
College in
God.
Massachusetts have voted to
Oh
accept
my God.
applications from all non-binary and transgender students. But campus officials at Women's Liberal Arts School say there's no plan for immediate change. The non-binding referendum, which was approved on Wednesday, asks students at the historical Women's College if they support a proposal
Oh
to
my
the
God.
board of trustees
They're
that would ban
horny. They're
trans
like,
men.
let's put some dudes in here.
Oh my God. I mean, this is the thing that kind of really disturbs me, right? Because I'm like, okay, I mean, sure, you want to quote unquote be more inclusive or whatever, right? But then what happens when you admit a trans person and then, I don't know, somebody gets raped, or
Yeah.
something happens, like, somebody goes,
It's fun in theory, but like, okay, are you prepared to give up your spot at this school to one
right?
of these people? Like, regardless of merit, they're just not seeing these I was a very young and stupid feminist in my, it's you got to remember, you go to college when you're 17 years old. You're a kid
Yeah.
still. Like, you're not with it.
No.
Yeah, it might sound good, but like they're not adults yet. They're not seeing the ramifications of these decisions. It just sounds good. It's like we're recycling, but that the trans shit is the like we're recycling of the 2020s.
Well, and it's interesting to me. Like, this is like, for example, this says live as women. It says the Wesley's website states that the liberal arts school accepts those who live as women and consistently identify as women. And like, the thing with me is, even with like Drew Barrymore, right? I feel like a lot of women fall into this trap of like, because we're more emotional, we're more maternal, we're more able to kind of trying to reach across the aisle, if you will, kind of thing.
Wounded, we will adopt a 3-legged dog.
Yeah.
We will put a wheel where the leg used to be. And that trans people are the human equivalent of that. It's like you're taking advantage of a mental illness. You're glamorizing it. You're encouraging it. The lockdowns literally statistically encouraged more kids to be trans. So
yeah, and that's what I have a problem with, is that as a woman, I feel like a lot of us are kind of throwing pearls at swine, like people who don't deserve this kind of that kind of attention. They don't deserve that kind of compassion. They don't deserve that kind of empathy, because they're not the people that we're projecting their goodness, like this goodness, onto these people. And they're not good. They're not good people. They're just, a lot of people kind of say like they're cosplaying women. And I feel like that's true in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of times I see these things like, this dude is experiencing their first menstrual cramp, and it really pisses me off.
You just had Mexican. Yeah. Food
yes, it makes me
and
angry.
I hate the idea too that your group classification, your victim status determines your work, your friendships, your relationships, and it's not based on, it used to be that your merit determined your job. It used to be whether or not you were an asshole determined who your friends and who dated you. Now it's like you have to date these people regardless of preference, lest you be labeled a transphobe.
Right.
So it's like your own behavior is taken completely out of the mix. And you could make the case that the same goes for other people that are part of other victim groups. That's, well, we have to treat them differently. There's different standards of behavior and expectations because they're a victim group. And the people who push this are the ones that have the most to gain from these people and from keeping them small, keeping them in a victim status.
Everybody's in a victim group now. It's like, what group isn't in a victim group? The only people that are not, I guess, in a victim group anymore are cis white males. Like, and I hate saying the word cis because it makes no sense, but that's what they're calling them, is like the cis white males are just not the victims, and therefore they have to be attacked at all, like at every corner.
That was Dylan like a year ago. He was at the bottom of the victim food chain, and now he's at the top.
Oh my God.
He started from the bottom, and now he's here.
I know. Well, he technically, though, I mean, he was gay. So
true. That helps.
He was a little bit more than the straight white cis people or whatever. I don't know, like a little bit more victimized, I guess. Everybody's fucking victims now, man. It's just ridiculous. I can't even keep track anymore. Non-binary students assigned female at birth and trans women are included under the umbrella, but trans men and non-binary individuals who are assigned male at birth are not. Why? I feel like that's kind of leaving them out. I'm just oh my god. The ballot, which viewed with the CNN, also proposed
assigned female at birth and trans women are included under this umbrella, but trans men. Okay, so you can't be a woman transitioning to a man. They don't want that.
No,
but they will accept men transitioning to women.
Yeah, the biological women that transfer,
and you can't be a male non-binary,
right? This this is bad because what they want is to live as a woman and consistently identify as a woman. So I guess like that dude with like the giant breasts that are like down to his knees, I guess he is in. Like he's in because he identifies as a woman and he like consistently dresses as some sort of perversion.
He takes them off like when he leaves school. Like he on the weekends he's like a regular dude.
No, that came out. Well, he claims that is not him. That people misidentified him. He denies the whole thing. He's like, that wasn't me. They misidentified me, and I always have this because they're real. He claims those are real, Chrissy, and that he has a disease. He has whatever the hell the disease it's called that makes them big. He named it. I forget what it's called, like mammo something. I forget.
Fake. Like
he's obviously he's lying, but but he claims it's true, and he claims that it like everybody is lying that it wasn't him and things like that. I mean, this world's just gone freaking insane. It's just fucking nuts.
He was placed on paid leave.
Do you have that New York Post article?
I do.
Okay, go into it, and then when you read it, you'll see it. He says these are real. I have a disease. It's called whatever the fuck it's called. I forget what it's called, but it's
wild.
Wait, what is this that you shared with me?
The Post article.
No, you put the Madonna thing again.
What? Oh man.
Copy and paste didn't work.
Copying and pasting I'm having trouble today. All right, let me put this in here. Dude. Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Meanwhile, you guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please smash the like and share it with other people. Tell them
smash that like.
Talking over here. Bunch of women talking. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta get the next thing ready too, because I have nothing pulled up today. So prepared.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. It says these are real. Lamu said, adding that she could not say who the person photographed was because I don't want to bring anyone else into this.
Yeah.
Oh, he was photographed as himself as a dude.
Yeah.
Just on the street in an LL Bean vest.
But I thought that he claimed that that's not him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Here's the article.
Damn.
Yeah, because the freaking New York Post, I mean, a lot of these places, they always kind of like have a misleading headline. And then you read it. Canadian chick with size Z prosthetic breast placed on Pride leave. But then he goes into it and he's like, they're real. Yeah, right. These are real.
Yeah, okay.
Give me a fucking break. Let's see.
Yeah, I think if you scroll down a little bit more, it shows.
These are real. Lamu said, or something, adding that she should not say who these person photographed because I don't want to bring anyone else into this. This is who I am. This is how I look. You've been talking to people in my building, but what they're not telling you but what they're telling you is harsh and untrue. I'm always going out looking the way I am. They told the Post that she began undergoing hormone replacement therapy in 2021, and in transition, she's not a transgendered person, was born intersex. The teacher said the extra large breasts are caused by a condition called gigantomastia or something. What? Gigantomastia?
Gigantomastia. I've never heard of that.
Gigantomastia. And also admitted that she's never been officially diagnosed. Yeah, so there it is. Gigantomastia is a rare condition that involves developing extremely large breasts due to excessive breast tissue growth, according to the renowned clinical or Cleveland Clinic, which said that there's only about 300 cases reported. So yeah, right.
Wow.
I mean, like, are we to believe that this person is really got like these going on? No. No. I refuse to believe this. I'm just like, when I read that, I was just kind of like, are you fucking serious right now?
It's crazy.
It's like that Jonah Jameson clip. I always see that. I actually have it. I should have uploaded it, but someone says, he's just like, are you serious? I'm like, yep, that's usually me with like every fucking thing that I ever read. I'm gonna upload it right now. Oh no, we can't. Never mind. No, I can't do it. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Okay, next. James O'Keefe. He announced that he's going his own way. He doing his own thing.
Go your own way.
Breaking: James O'Keefe launches O'Keefe Media Group after ouster from Project Veritas. I would call this more like a fucking coup.
It's easy. It's much easier to go your own way when you've been thrown out of it.
Yeah. They were like, get the fuck out of here, James. And he was like, well, all right then. So that this is the thing he uploaded today on Twitter. O'Keefe Media Group.
The irony of the Acorn story is that it took a 25-year-old with a hidden camera a few days to do what billion-dollar networks and journalists could not do in a decade. I spent 14 years creating the most effective nonprofit newsroom this country has ever seen. And in paving the way to establish citizen journalism, I have been defamed, arrested, raided, and ultimately removed from the organization I spent so much time developing.
Nice editing on this video.
I always knew they would try to ruin the reputations of those who expose them, the pharma giants, the three-letter government agencies, and those who I thought I could trust.
This is like a dating profile video.
We are going to
James O'Keefe is such a cock. What is his birthday? Is he a Leo?
I don't know.
What is James? I have to
look it up.
He really has the flair for the dramatic.
He really does. I mean, but you would have to in his line of work, I would think.
Sleeping giant. I'm back. Remaining by my side are a small, tight-knit group of the most elite journalists in the world. Exposing corruption requires standing up to power because power hates sunlight. We are sunlight. Welcome to the O'Keefe Media Group, where we will never be shut down. Because not only do I own it, but you own it too. Support us and sponsor our army of journalists by becoming a founding member today.
Nice.
OMG? Is it really called OMG?
Yeah.
I love that. OMG.
Media Group, OMG.
They're really they need to attract Gen Z with this. They need to take this OMG and run with it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Are you exposing hypocrisy and corruption?
OMG.
It's James.
OMG to the rescue.
Yeah, I hope Project Veritas crashes and burns.
I know. It's like
business-wise.
I agree. Yeah. We're talking metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
It was quite fucking weird what they did to him, and I'm I'm with James O'Keefe on this one. Like, I hope that he succeeds in everything that he does. But you actually met the dude, right? You met James.
He's so tall.
Is
Yeah.
he? He doesn't look that tall in this.
Well, for me, like, I don't know, like, I'm 5'3", so.
Oh, I'm 5'3". How tall was
consider
he?
you tall. He's got to be like 6 foot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's
how
pretty
tall
cool.
is James O'Keefe? Like 6 feet tall?
He was a little taller than me.
He was a little taller than Frank. Maybe he's 6 and change. Maybe 6'2".
DL says there's no Project Veritas without James O'Keefe. This is true. And some people are saying that his birthday is June 28th.
Oh, I would have to know his sun sign. I mean, his moon sign.
June 28th, 1984. That's interesting. He's like a year younger than me. Wow.
He doesn't seem like it. He acts older. He's very adulty.
He seems you would have to be. You would have to be to do his business. You know, I will say this. I was like, Subway.
Why? Yeah, what's that a nod to?
Yeah, like, because like the last time I heard about Subway in the news, it wasn't for good things.
Yeah, maybe he helped out Jared from Subway.
Is that why? Do you think that's why? Because he did drop the Subway on the floor.
Why else would he have a Subway sandwich in this commercial?
Yeah, and then he dropped it on the floor. He like took a bite and then he like dropped it on the floor. Maybe he was the one that exposed it.
He disrespects affordable sandwiches. No, why?
A couple of weeks ago, 2 other Veritas people pretended to be undercover, saying that James fucks with people's sandwiches.
Wait, what? Frank?
There were 2 other people that came out. I guess they were lying, or they came out. They were like whistleblowers saying that James fucked with their sandwiches, at like in the fridge at work.
What, that he would eat it?
It was meant to be funny, not like damning.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke. Okay, I'm gonna need more context.
That's kind of funny. Like he would eat their sandwiches or something. But like for me, that I wasn't aware of that context. This just shows me like the last time I saw Subway in the news, they had a pedo working for them. So I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what is this about? I was just kind of like he should have done this with like some other, like maybe a taco or something. I don't know.
Right. The same thing Pro Engineer saying they accused him of using too many black car services as one of the reasons for getting him out.
Oh, yeah. Like I heard, because he was like his mismanaging funds. Like they were saying that he was going on vacation for like with funds too, which I highly doubt it. Like I don't know. I don't believe any of that shit. I feel like they're just making that shit up. But it's easy to prove or disprove if that is happening. That is like really easy.
Yeah.
DL says for $1.99, Brittany would be perfect for James's new project. How do you mean? Well, she is perfect for everything.
She has big boobs.
Because she's beautiful.
Is that why?
I mean, maybe, but she does expose a lot of weirdos.
True.
So that's definitely a thing. I always thought like I think Brittany and Anna like kind of lost their calling because I think that they should have been like private investigators. Like I think they could have been like the bimbo investigators, and it would have been a really good bimbo investigative company.
Brittany maybe should open up a bimbo investigation company.
I think she really could. She missed her calling on that.
She still could.
The bimbo detectives. She should. She definitely should. This was funny. This caught my eye earlier and I laughed. Wait, let me preface this by saying this.
Oh, okay. Look at Nicolo's comment. Nicolio. I think the complaint about him said that he took a bite from a sandwich from a pregnant lady and then dropped it. That checks out with the video.
I mean, that's hilarious. But also, what is going on with your icon? Is that Nick Cage in the most ridiculous haircut I've ever seen?
There's a lot going on there.
What is... Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Lady Wendelton, thank you for, or Wendelin, thank you for the $10. Hi, ladies. I think Project Veritas got laid got paid well by Pfizer to get rid of him. They probably know they will be out of business, but don't care because they got money. Just my opinion. Hey, the amount of time that went by, like from the time that they exposed Pfizer to when he was ousted, was a very, very short moment in time. And I kind of thought the same things you did. I was like, some people got to, like, some people were paid and they were like, oh, okay, we're gonna pick sides.
Pretty sus.
It is very sus. Okay, here's the next topic.
How dare you?
It's about Greta.
A girl.
Greta Thunberg reportedly deletes 2018 tweet claiming climate change will wipe out half humanity. Wipe out all, not half, all of humanity by 2023. I mean, I just think that that's funny. There's a lot of fun to be made here. Let's see.
Wow.
What was the tweet? Climate change.
I'm sure she's deleted several tweets, but this is just the one that's making news,
making the rounds. Yeah. I wonder who found out and like how. Climate change will wipe out all of humanity by 2023 if fossil fuels usage continue. That was a tweet. The 20-year-old Swedish activist tweet referred to a grim warning from Harvard University professor of atmospheric chemistry, James Anderson, who claimed that pollution as a result of burning fossil fuels is pushing climate back 33 million years to an era when there were no ice caps at the poles, according to Talk TV. The tweet dated June 21st, 2018, quoted an article that cited Anderson stating a top climate scientist is warning that climate change will wipe out all of humanity unless we stop using fossil fuels over the next 5 years. Well, we're still here.
Yeah. We are still here.
Let me check. Yep, still here. Am I asleep? No, it seems like I'm awake. No, we're still here. However, the article from the now defunct gritpost.com does not accurately summarize Anderson's remark, which he made while speaking at the University of Chicago in 2018. She also just got arrested again in Norway just a couple weeks ago, but it was all staged. Anderson is not quoted in the article saying the end of humanity is just years away, but rather that changes must be made by 2023 to stop irreparable damage to the ice caps. I saw a video somebody had posted. God, I wish I had saved that video, but it was kind of like one of those fast videos showing the ice caps melting, but they were actually showing them not melting. Like it was like reverse ice caps. Like they were actually growing more because it's gotten colder. So they were the ice caps were growing instead of shrinking. So everyone was like, what? Like I thought they were supposed to be melting, but it wasn't. Let's see. The chances there will be permanent ice left in the Arctic in 2022 is essentially zero. The chance that there will be a permanent ice left in the Arctic. Oh my God. Can't believe people said this shit and other people actually bought this garbage. The post was not able to independently verify whether or not Thunberg had in fact deleted the tweet. Ooh, so this could all be bullshit. We're just, using clickbait just in case. Just FYI, guys, this could all be just clickbait.
Wow, I wonder if the powers that be are setting this up to, I don't know, delegitimize her. Like maybe there's something else that she's stepping out of line on, and they're working on getting her out of the spotlight.
Maybe they're throwing her under the bus for whatever reason. Yeah. Like once they're done with you, that they're done. Oh yeah. They're like, yeah, you've served your purpose. Also, you're not really cute anymore, Greta. Like, I mean, she used to be cuter, and now
she was valuable because she was like, I'm a baby. I'm a teenage activist. Yeah. Nobody wants that. How old is she now? 20? 20? Who cares anymore? Yeah. She's 20.
Yeah, the 20-year-old
anymore.
Conservative commentators pounced earlier this week on claims that the 20-year-old Swedish activist had pulled back on her claims that there would come to an end. The world would come to an end in just 5 years, referring to the screen grab of a tweet allegedly posted by Greta with the quote, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, conservative commentator Jack Sobek, who was cited as a source for the right-leaning post-millennial story that Greta tweeted or deleted the tweet. Okay, let me click on this.
So this whole thing is based off of Poso's tweet calling it out.
Yeah, apparently.
Interesting.
Here's that article. Greta Thunberg deletes 2018 tweet saying world will end. Okay, here's that. Hi, Greta. Why did you delete this? A topic climate scientist is warning that climate change will wipe out humanity unless we stop fossil fuels. Okay, so see, now going back to the New York thing, right? They're like, oh, we didn't verify it, but this seems pretty verifiable. Like,
yeah,
because he's like, he literally found the tweet and he's like, why did you delete this? I mean, this is not that hard to verify, New York Post.
Wow.
And then time flies when you're on a grift. That's funny.
Time flies what?
When you're on a grift.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Oh, I just clicked on it and it went into the tweet. So the tweet is real. Thunder's net worth is estimated at 1 million. I thought it was a lot more.
Only me too.
Dude, she's made a lot of money. I don't believe that. Others defended Thunberg and said that she meant that something needed to be done within 5 years to prevent the eventual extinction of mankind. But she kind of gave some dates. And also, I mean, eventually.
Extinction. Wow.
Like,
because her job was to be inflammatory and dramatic.
Right. And to incite
5 years
fear.
passed pretty quickly. Yeah.
Right. Like the other day I read this article, like this headline that was like, an asteroid is heading towards you and will be here on February 14th, 2064 or something like that. And like, there was like comments like, oh, I guess I'm getting banged on 2064, like February 14th, like Valentine's Day.
We're just trying to get through this year, people.
Yeah. And it's just like I just love the headlines that come out that are just like trying to make you like scared and just hate your life even more. Like, we're all gonna die every 5 seconds.
Yeah, every couple of years. It's gonna be all over in a couple of years.
Steve 89AK, thank you for the $10. Says, hi Nina and Chrissy, my two favorite ladies. I love the stream and the cleavage, JK. Keep up the great work. Thank you. My cleavage needs some work, but I got news for you. Shirt. I got news for you. And then Russell Hall for $2. How dare you?
How dare you?
Good stuff.
Stolen my childhood, and now I'm 20 and useless.
Chrissy, did you watch the Oscars?
No,
not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Was it good?
No. Well, I will say this. It was uneventful. There was no slaps or anything. I thought that the outfits this year were very classic. It was on point. There wasn't any freaks. I didn't think like I was watching the Hunger Games every 5 seconds. The dudes were not dressed in skirts. Like all the dudes were dressed very classic, elegant suits. The only guy that I saw that was dressed a little bit differently was The Rock, and he was wearing like a peach colored jacket. Everybody else was wearing black and white. And the women, like their dresses were beautiful, a lot of plunging necklines showing a lot of cleavage. I really enjoyed the dresses and stuff because I thought usually I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? But
they're trying to go back to maybe old Hollywood vibes.
They were
classically Hollywood instead of
they scaled it back. I think that they would have been much more successful if they actually cared about making the show better. To not have Jimmy Kimmel announce and then have what's his name, Chris Rock. Like if they had gotten Chris Rock to announce, I think a lot of people would have tuned in just for just to see him on stage and kind of like make fun of the
True.
slap situation. But also like anybody else, honestly, like any edgy comedian, like Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, like anybody, fucking Joe Rogan, like get him on
Rogan,
that
that'd been great.
stage. That would have been
They
crazy.
They wouldn't.
Anybody that is funnier than Jimmy Kimmel, which is pretty much
everyone. Which is everybody watching this podcast is funnier than Kimmel.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, Ricky Gervais obviously is a favorite, but Ricky said he's never gonna do one, and they never want him to do another one. But I think in reality, if we're being honest, Chris Rock was the person to go to on this one, and they didn't. And I just feel like that was such a missed opportunity. Like if they really wanted to own it, they could have gone with Chris Rock. He could have made some fun about the situation, and it would have been even funnier. And I think their ratings would have gone even higher. But it was an interesting turn of events, kind of, because everything you see all the trends, you see all of the things that are happening and what they want to push out, and I for a moment I saw like, wow, they're really, really scaling back the freakism like of the whole
Interesting
thing.
Maybe they saw how what was the last awards show, the one with
the Golden Globes, or no, the other one,
whichever
the
one that
Grammys?
Sam Smith was like, it was all red.
I think it was Grammys. I think
maybe they got negative reviews from that, and they're like, okay, let's tone down like the satanic stuff. Let's be classic.
I think that's what happened. I really do think that's what happened.
Those were the notes that they got.
There was a couple like funny bits. Like I saw this one, and I actually clipped this. Nobody cared except for me, but I was like, I thought this was funny. Like, when you like clip something and you're like, this one's gonna go viral. Like, this is
yeah. It's me all the time.
And then nobody cares.
It never does.
And you're like, what? And then you post something like of some guy fucking jumping off a cliff with a fucking hammer. And then it's like, 2 million views. Okay. That was you.
Yeah.
Remember? Hold on. Let me find this clip. It's on my Twitter feed. Okay, here it is. I like went and found this too. I was like, because I was watching it live and I was like, did that actually just happen? And then I went and tracked it down. Okay, here it is.
Guys, we're very excited. Sorry, we're just chatting with our boss, Bob Iger and Willow. We're so happy you guys are here. Thank you so much for stopping by and talking with us.
Nice to see you guys.
You guys look wonderful. You both look wonderful. Oh, your name was Rashemba was talking.
We're your super fans,
as you know. Right. We're your super fans. That's the truth. You guys look wonderful. Ro was saying that the theme this season is this lighter colors.
And you seem to be on my lady. You know why? My husband happens to be a white guy. Dresses.
That is so
what? Look at her face.
Oh my god.
Was she trying to be funny?
Yeah.
So we're looking at Bob Iger's wife.
Yeah, so Bob Iger's wife is like, I'm on trend, because they were like, oh, wearing white is the trend, and she was like, oh, like you're so on trend, my lady, and then she's like, yeah, you know why? Because I'm married to a white guy, and on the real cast, like they showed Bob Iger's face, and Bob Iger's face was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, why did you just say that?
Yeah, we're gonna break up.
And then they're laughing, and they just kind of look at each other because it was really awkward, because it was like a moment of silence, and then they're like, oh, we get it.
Moment of silence for our relationship.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, well, wonderful. You guys look fabulous as
and you were just on trend.
I tried.
On mark here, guys. Well, wonderful. We're having a great time. We are, and it's so much fun to be on the carpet, which we haven't been. We've been up top all the season.
Also, it was really funny because see this part, Chrissy. So they had like this weird champagne colored carpet.
Yeah.
And then all of the drapes and stuff was red. But that they kept calling it the red carpet, even though it wasn't red. It was like
carpet.
It was the cream carpet.
I'm so disappointed that this woman in the red dress, I don't know who she is, but like that she doesn't know enough to cheat out from the camera, like to interview and also cheat her body out so we can see the wife. Like that's like 101 of being on camera.
100%, because you're supposed to have them like in here and then have like move over a little bit. You have all the space. You move over a little bit. You have all the space, and then you have the two people in the shot.
Maybe they weren't planning on talking to the wife, and then she just sort of wormed her way in. But at that point, you need to like not block her.
Yeah. Oh, and then also Bob Iger told this chick to wear that dress the next day to do the weather report. And I was like, that's cringy.
Yeah. I haven't seen you guys here much.
Who the heck is that guy? Is he wearing a toupee?
Doing a great job and getting all sorts of cool people.
I don't know.
Why do his buttons look like bullet holes?
Why don't you wear that dress when you're doing the weather tomorrow? I don't. They're flowers.
Everyone involved in this production is cringe.
Oh my god, it's so funny because I thought I was just telling you that I saw mostly like classic outfits, and then this guy is shown with this really fucking cringe suit.
Fancy creative buttons.
Well, whatever. He's not important
It's
enough.
okay. That's a small detail.
Yeah, who cares? Oh my god. Tweaky Kid's been a member for 13 months. Thank you for that. And Russell Hall for $2 says the Oscars 2020, the 2023 Oscars, nothing to see here. That's pretty much what happened, and nobody watched anyway. There was this other funny thing though that happened on the red carpet with Hugh Grant. Did you see that?
No.
Okay,
oh, is this the clip of him like just unable to give a fuck about what's going on?
That's exactly what that is. And I found that here. Here we go. We're gonna watch that just because it's so funny. You get some gold, like you get some gems on the red carpet.
Oh yeah,
from these celebs.
This is painful.
So bad.
This poor girl. I almost feel bad for this woman and this reporter interviewer.
You do?
Because he's giving her nothing.
Yeah, she's trying so hard. She's like,
he's really trying.
I wonder if this is one of those situations where he just dislikes her, maybe because she's given him a bad question before. And he's like, I'm going to get this bitch this time. Like,
yeah.
You know what? Fuck this bitch. I don't know.
This is a vengeful interview.
They deal with the same kind of people all the time. Like they know these people. So
this is Ashley Graham. Oh, I don't know who this was.
Is that who she is? I don't know any of these people anymore.
She was like one of the first like full-figured Sports Illustrated models to come on the scene.
Really?
Years ago. Yeah.
Wow, she's gained a lot of weight.
What's your favorite thing about coming to the Oscars?
Hugh Grant had quite the
Oh no!
Gross.
No, I hate you. I hate when they do that. I thought this was the clip. That is not what we wanted. Okay, hold on. I'm going
Galford's
fucking
Dogs
TMZ
is saying that people were applauding him for this. Who would be the people who also hate celebrities in Hollywood?
Yes, I think me, because I thought it was funny. That was hilarious. I was like, oh, she's getting nothing from this dude. I mean, because everybody was calling him an asshole, and I was like, I think he's just British, like, or I just think he just doesn't give a fuck, like. And the kind of questions that she was asking him, he just didn't care, like. And I think she brought something up that really hit a nerve, so that's why she got the answer she got.
Wow.
Hugh Grant, you are a veteran of the Oscars, and you've been here a few times. What's your favorite thing about coming to the Oscars?
Leaving.
Well, it's fascinating. The whole of humanity is here. It's Vanity Fair.
Oh, it's all about Vanity Fair.
Yes. It's Vanity Fair. Like, see, that was a smart answer.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Well, she's interviewing for Vanity Fair. And Vanity Fair, like, it means it's a vanity thing, right? Like, we're all here to stroke our egos and give each other's give each other awards. It's a Vanity Fair. Like, that makes sense. That's a good answer. And she's just like, oh, I don't get it.
Let loose and have a little bit of fun. What are you most excited to see tonight?
To see?
Yeah, well, I know that you probably watched a few of the movies. Are you excited to see anybody win? Do you have your hopes up for anyone?
She's like, anything, literally anything.
She's like,
She's like, do you like anything? Are you excited for anything? Like, I would at that point, I would be like, so what appetizers do you think you're gonna eat today? Like what food are you excited? What are you gonna order in there?
It's like, dude, I was close to being like, if I was him, I would have been like, I'm not gonna lie to you. The movies all really suck this year. I haven't seen a single one. Like that's kind of like where I would be at. Like, the movies kind of sucked. I haven't really seen any of them, but I'm here to support my friends. I don't know what the fucking movies are. I really don't care.
No one in particular.
Okay, well, what are you wearing tonight then?
Just my suit.
Your suit? Who made your suit? You didn't make it.
I can't remember, my tailor.
That's okay. Shout out to the tailor.
Yeah.
Because she's like looking for the brand, like, fucking Versace.
Look at Rooney Mara to the left, looking like an old glass of milk. Like, who isn't there a gay in Rooney Mara's life to go, what's with your posture, girl? Like, why are you walking around like it's your first day of middle school?
What's now I just want to watch the fucking red carpet with you so you can make jokes at all of these people's expense and I can just laugh at that.
They're all horrible.
Shout out to the tailor.
Yeah.
Tell me, what does it feel like to be in Glass Onion? It was such an amazing film. I really loved it. I love a thriller. How fun is it to shoot something like that?
How fun is it?
Well, I'm barely in it. I'm in it for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, but still, you showed up and you had fun, right?
Almost.
Okay, all right.
Now we're going to F you.
Well, thank you so much. It was nice to talk to you.
That was because I guess he showed up. See, Tom from Midnight Edge said he was in more of that and they cut his parts, and she's touching a sore spot. Like she's talking about like, wow, you had this movie, right? Like it was good, right? And he's like, well, actually, no, it was a piece of shit movie.
He wasn't in the mood to begin with. And then she just struck out. Like,
yeah.
And he was just going to do nothing to make her job easier for, I don't know what reason. Bad mood.
He's British.
He's British. Didn't feel like being there. He has like, fuck you money and fame at this point.
Okay, wait. Let me go back to this for a second, just purely for vanity's sake. Is this girl just fat or is she pregnant? Because I can't figure it out.
I love this game.
I was like, wait, because you said she was in the freaking Sports Illustrated, and she looks to me like she's got a bump. And
maybe
Rihanna had a very similar dress like this. But hers, she's clearly pregnant. I don't know if this girl is pregnant. Do you think she is? I can't tell. Can't tell if she's pregnant.
Is Ashley Graham pregnant?
Because if she's pregnant, then I feel bad for calling her fat.
What does come up is Ashley Graham posts nude photo following awkward Hugh Grant interview.
Okay, well then maybe she's not pregnant. Oh,
No,
she was a plus size model. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that makes sense now. I got it. I got it.
She's plus.
She's a plussy.
Plus.
Okay, the tweet he gave for $4.99 says the reporter in the red dress is actually a weather gal in California. Entertainment reports clearly aren't her thing. Okay. Met her once. She was pretty cool. Oh, that's cool that you met her. She was clearly just simping for Bob Iger because she was just like going off about like, oh my god, it's my Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I love Bob.
That was a fangirl moment.
Calm down, girl. Like, damn, it's okay. He's not gonna give you he's not gonna give you a raise on the spot. Like, calm down. Russell Hall for 2. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like as the party winds down.
Okay.
In regards to what?
Maybe like the interview for how awkward it was. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Russell. We're gonna need some more context.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's funny, Mangus.
Mangus for $2.20. Hugh Grant, Coke wore off. Yeah, he was going along like this a lot. He was going like this a lot. I was like, could be that could be a sniffing situation. I saw an interview with Nicole Kidman on the red carpet, and she was so drunk. Like, I was like, dude, this girl is fucking drunk. But it was funny. But she didn't say anything that bad. Is Russell Cecil? Yes.
The image looks like it.
Okay. So Chrissie, here's another topic that we need to discuss. So on Simcast, which is a great show, by the way, everybody. Check out Simcast on Sundays. It's a great show. Russell Halford too. The money's run dry and the bill is coming due. Okay.
Okay.
So on Simcast, you had on one of your live shows, you had that one girl. I forget her name right now. I think it's Allison, and her boyfriend peed in the sink.
Lindsay.
This?
Yeah, Marshall.
Lindsay Marshall
pees
okay.
in the sink.
Yeah. Okay. So Lindsay,
He's
yeah,
a sink
Marshall
peer.
pees in the sink. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I was like, this is gross. I can't believe people
especially
do
when
that.
you're sharing a house and bathroom with other people, like for a
Mhm.
weekend, like friend trip or something. Like it's one thing, do whatever you want in your own home, but like,
That's
you're peeing in
gross.
that shared sink. That's not okay.
Yeah, Keanu had a freak out, which I was totally with. I was
He's like,
with
I'm
Keanu
not
the
gonna
whole
use
time.
this sink anymore. Ew.
Yeah, I was totally with Keanu. But then I saw this headline on the New York Post today, and I was like, okay, I got to bring this up with Chrissy because is this like a white people thing? Because I find this disgusting. I was like when I saw it, and it says, I put my toilet seat in the dishwasher. I never knew people did this.
Huh. I didn't know people did this either.
Ew. Okay, great. So it's not a
Why
white
not
people
just
thing.
wipe it down with a Clorox wipe? How much more clean are you really gonna get? I guess you could.
I know. It's like what do you like? Why though? It's so gross. I feel like it's just.
I guess if you are renting and you just move into an apartment and you're like, okay, I don't know who's been here before me, whatever, or if it's
buy a
gross,
new seat, dude. Buy a
Yeah.
new seat. No, that's disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah, this is I think is it really worth the trouble to take it off, screw it back on?
Like
Unless
maybe if you're
such like you're in a place where you really can't touch the toilet seat cover to clean it.
maybe. Oh, I just don't see it.
Constantly wiping the thing down. Like,
okay, what is it? Hold on, there's a video. I never knew people did this.
no, this is stupid.
People
Just
don't do
spray
this.
it down with some
No.
Clorox. Why?
Ew,
Do you really
they've
want
got
your
dishes
butt
in
germs
there.
mixing in with the dishes? No.
No.
If it's
This
really
can't be
bad,
real.
take it off. Maybe like fill up a sink with some bleach or something. That I understand. I don't understand putting it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and that's where your plates are going.
No one's doing this. There's no way.
No.
God.
No.
No,
No
I
one's
just
doing
don't. I
this.
don't think so. I don't
Maybe
think
F's in
anyone's
the
doing
chat
it.
if you've ever done this or
Yeah, okay,
thought
you know
of doing
what?
it.
I will. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Actually, wait. Where is this poll at? Start a poll.
Start a poll.
Do you wash your toilet seat in the dishwasher? There's over 269 people here.
Oh.
Woo! 69 for 69.
69.
You guys tell me. Vote yes or no. And if you vote yes, I will judge you. I'm telling you right now, you will be judged. No to this. I wonder if Buddy would do this though. What was his name? Just said it and I already forgot. The guy that
Who?
pees in the sink.
Marshall.
I wonder if Marshall would do this.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You should ask them the next time.
I will.
You talk to them. You'd be like, do you happen to wash your toilet seat?
You're just making it. You're doing more steps. You're making it more difficult.
Oh my God, Chrissy, this has been so fun. I love hanging out with you.
This is great. We're really covering all the important issues tonight.
I know. You know what? Else I just saw? My friend John put this on Twitter, and I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I want to watch it because it says you're welcome, and it's only like 10 seconds. So let's see what it is.
Oh, wow. I didn't see you up there. Holy mackerel. Don't jump.
Oh my
Oh, wow, I didn't
God.
see it.
Why did I
That's really
watch
funny.
that?
And that looks like Hunter.
Oh my God. It did look like Hunter.
It could have just been like a dummy or something.
Oh no. God, John is great. Everybody subscribe to John Talks.
That's funny. I didn't expect that.
I did not expect that either. I was like, oh my God. Well, at least it's okay to show butt on YouTube. I'm not gonna get too much in trouble.
It was fast. It's fast and blurry.
Did you hear about this? I thought this was funny. It says Netflix pulls Nancy Meyers' Netflix movie shut down over budget issues. ScarJo, Penelope Cruz, Michael Fassbender, and Owen Wilson were circling roles in the feature budgeted at 130 million plus. Now, apparently, she asked for 150 million, and Netflix was like, "Nah, like not for a rom-com. We're not giving you like over 130 fucking million dollars." What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that like, you know, they should have maybe not hired ScarJo, let's say? I mean, her paycheck is pretty big. Like, what do you?
These
what
are
your
all
thoughts
heavy
on this?
hitters.
They're all heavy hitters. Like, maybe hire a couple of less.
Wow,
heavy
they
hitters.
just you know what it is because Hollywood, they're not seeing a return on their investments for many, many movies in a row now, and they're just, I guess, no longer willing to continually go into the red on these, which is actually this is a really great sign because like we all know Hollywood is failing, but it's like now we see them scaling back when normally they'd be full steam ahead. Look at all these like big names. Oh, this would be a huge blockbuster, but they're literally not willing to take the risk to put a $130 million film out there and not make it back.
Well, and it's kind of showing that especially these streaming services aren't willing to throw money at just anything anymore, especially a rom-com. Like, you don't need $150 million to make a rom-com. Like, dude, just get a fucking cell phone camera. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really need that much money anymore to make these kind of movies. And you can be very successful at not making such a big budget movie, especially when you're doing a rom-com. You don't need, there's no special effects, you know, there's no, you're not doing anything too crazy. So like, what do you need $150 million for?
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
And with Owen Wilson and I don't know, some lower level people. Owen,
I mean, ScarJo is a really big hitter. Like, you know, you don't have to get fucking ScarJo. But there was also another show that got canceled on Disney Plus. It was the new, what's it called? Willow, the new Willow series.
Oh,
did you hear about that?
I've heard of Willow. I haven't watched it.
I have not. I have not watched season 1. I've seen the movie, and the movie was great. I love the movie, but I heard so many people talk shit about this, and I was like, I'm not watching this garbage. But Willow will not return for season 2 on Disney Plus, which goes to show again, they're kind of over. Like it just either it shows two things. One, get woke, go broke, because apparently they were super woke and they went crazy woke with all their stuff. So now they're going broke. And two, that the studios are really fucking reining it in. They're like, you know, no, like we're not seeing the return, like you said. So maybe we're not gonna invest in a season 2. I could only wish and hope that Amazon kind of takes a look at this and like the Rings of Power, and they're like, maybe we don't want 3 seasons of this, or like 5 seasons of this, or whatever the fuck they signed up for, and maybe we'll just not do this
all
anymore.
crumbling. They're pulling back. They're canceling movies. They're not returning for additional seasons.
It's all very interesting. It's very interesting. It's like a kind of
this is what we were saying though. They have to get to a certain point where they're just losing a retarded amount of money. And that's what it comes down to.
Where you can't deny it anymore. You're like, okay, I'm clearly in the red. Like, what is going on? I have to make a change here. Something's happening. Now I wonder if they're going to keep going like this, because it's one of those, it's like a tug of war, right? Like you hear one day, or the scaling back, and then the next day you hear like, oh, more of this woke shit. And you're like, what? Like, haven't you learned your lesson? No.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I really hope it changes though. Bird up for $5. That would be a
Bird
great way
up.
to troll someone that comes to visit. Hold on, Dad. Hold on, Des. Just gotta empty the dishwasher. Oh no.
Oh
And then you pull
no.
out like the fucking thing. Yeah, if somebody like Russell Hall came to visit you and you're like, you really don't want them in your house, you're like, let me just empty the dishwasher
I could
real
see
quick, Russell.
crazy like germophobic people doing that. I think if they have a
Mm.
house guest or something, like I could see
Yeah, that would be funny.
like a highly germophobic person might do that.
DL for $1.99. Chrissy would do a rom-com for a larger Caesar salad.
You know
Would
what?
you? Would you?
The joke is actually a large Greek
don't get it.
salad, but
Oh.
it's not false. I probably would.
Do you like rom-coms?
Yeah, they're okay. The last one I really enjoyed. I liked The Notebook okay. I liked Sweet November with Charlize Theron and Keanu Reeves.
Ooh, I love that movie.
good
That's
one.
a great
Oldie.
movie. I just watched a recent one with Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher. It was on Netflix and I watched it.
Ooh.
And it wasn't that bad. Like I was like, I kind of like missed that style. Like I was kind of like, oh, like it's been a really long time since I've seen a rom-com. Like it's just they're a thing of the past. Like they really don't do rom-coms anymore.
Yeah, you got to remember to watch them because I think as an adult, you're just like, I get into this habit of only watching or reading things that will like be of direct help to me. Like watching, videos on how to make better content or reading like a lot of nonfiction, like that I'm trying to learn something from. I feel like I don't have time to just like kick back and watch like a fun movie.
Sure. Yeah. Speaking of fun though, I did hear that Joe Rogan opened a new comedy club.
Yes, the
what are your thoughts on
Mothership.
that? Yeah, what are your thoughts
I'm
on
excited
the new
about
one?
it. Yeah, the Comedy Mothership in Austin. I think Nerdrotic was out there and saw what was it, Chappelle jumped on.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. I like that they're putting the phones in baggies. That should be a rule at every comedy club.
Ooh,
no
tell me
matter what.
why.
Because there's a certain like anxiety you feel on stage, like when you're working through a new bit and you're like, someone could be recording this and putting it out on Twitter like today before it's reached its full, its fullest expression, I guess, or its most its best
like its
version.
most potency. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
and you
best
don't want it
version.
out there before it's on a special or on your album or whatever, because then
Sure.
people can take your idea or it's just, it's
not
less of an
ready.
effect. And also, if you say a joke that is a little racist, little misogynist, people love to clip it out of context, post it, and boom. Oh, now we can cancel this person over
you're
this,
canceled.
like basically a crowd work comment or something off the cuff.
Now,
And it does take away from the show? Yeah.
Are you gonna go on? Like, are you gonna like?
I
What is
mean-
it like? Can you apply to do it? Can you go on the show?
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea who books it. I know Anthony Cumia is friends with Joe, so I'm gonna see if maybe he can make something happen. Because we might be in Texas in a couple months, or maybe something for the fall, like a Comedians of the Compound. That would be great.
Ooh.
But again, like I have no idea who's booking it, what's going on there, and
you got to get filing cabinet on there. You got to go.
It's probably
stalk
going to
these
be
people
full of his crew for a while, and whoever's local.
Well, it is really new, but
Yeah.
I think Joe would be really open to having someone like you on, Chrissy, because of what you went through, and how
but I can't expect him to know anything about me.
Oh, of course not. But
know.
I think but I think Joe is the type of person, if somebody brings them like your name, or they're like, well, let me check out. Like if they find, like if he finds out, if he looks
Maybe.
at like your
Comedy's
profile,
very recommendation based. So
like, and if he finds out, like, then he'll be like, oh, this chick's interesting. She got what? She got canceled? What? She's got an album called January 6th. Let me have a listen to this. I think he would be interested in someone like you, just because you're so different than everybody else, and you weren't afraid. Like you had balls where no one had balls to stand up for that shit. I mean, like we talk about like, you know, not being trans, but man, girl, you grew balls for that shit. Like you grew a pair where like no dude had fucking pairs. I was like, where's all the men? Like why isn't anyone standing up?
Jim Brewer eventually came out and spoke out against the mandates and like wouldn't perform anywhere. It was like a few months later.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of took the same stance, but yeah, I think it should have been more. But
Much
again,
more.
I have grace for the people. Like I it's so useless to just be mad that people weren't as passionate as you as speaking out, because at the end of the day, you don't know somebody's financial situation. Like it's a reality that people just couldn't afford to lose their jobs. People couldn't afford to not get the injection and keep their, you know what I mean? Like people were just put in horrible situations, and I just don't think it's fair to be like, oh, like what's wrong with you? Why wasn't everybody willing to lose their job? When it's like people have kids and people to support. Like I was really lucky that I could lose my day job, that I could pick up comedy and podcasting and like be okay. So,
well, and I mean, that's a really good point. But at the same time, there was a lot of people that were in a good place and then they decided not to say anything, or, you know, they were, well, especially the celebrities and like the, you know, the people we're talking about earlier, that they decided, hey, like, you know, I'm just going to shill for the vax, or like, I'm going to shill for this other group, and I'll just let it go. You know what I mean? And I'm just not interested in any of those kind of people. But how about like, would you ever go to a show over there? Like to the...
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be in Dallas the beginning of May. Yeah, I don't know anything about their booking process, who's doing it. I imagine Joe is probably too busy to be doing his own booking.
No, there's no way he's doing his own, but you should probably at least go for, like, if you're around in the neighborhood, I would go
drive by.
Yeah, man, I would go to a show, like just go watch one, and then you know, see what happens, see if you can make any connections, like, you know, have your little CD handy or whatever you need to fucking...
I still don't have CD, like copies of my album, which is bad. I've been meaning to do that.
Oh, like, dude, you gotta have those. You gotta have.
I gotta get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be too thirsty about it, but I think if it's meant to be, it will be. And it's like, okay, do all the things, put out the feelers, see who can put in a good word, and then just hope for the best, you know.
That's the best way. Chrissie, you've been an absolutely wonderful guest tonight, and you always are. I really love you, and I really appreciate you coming on tonight. Let me get this last super chat here. The Front Porch Conservative for $5 says, "Evening, ladies, Nina and Lady Meyer. Chrissie, the new sign looks great, and it does. Look how pretty it is."
Shout out to NVIDIA for gifting me this gorgeous sign. It lights up. You want to see what it looks like?
Yes.
Even without it lit up, it still looks like pretty cool, even just in its sleeping form. But yeah,
does it change color, or is it just?
But I put it in my shopping cart, thinking I'll get this like in a couple years when I have a better studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose blue because it's like my logo theme color is like a turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it goes really well with your background right now because it like stands out over the purple. So it looks
and
really
I can always change the background lights, and but it's just beautiful and I love it. So thank you so much, NVIDIA.
Oh, that's great. NVIDIA is awesome.
Very light.
That's
very light
beautiful.
Too. And I was like intimidated. Like I would look at some of the signs, like some of the neon signs that people have, and you look, some of them are like $1,000 plus, and I was like, okay, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that is intimidating. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of money.
So yeah, I think on Amazon you can just get one.
Ooh, that's awesome. That's good to know. Maybe I do want to get one too at some point, but I want to get one that says like Infinite Hope on it for Infinite Hope, because I love that. Well, maybe I'll just get like an infinity sign or something.
Yeah.
But the Front Porch Conservative, thank you, says, thank you both for the laughs and the always great content. Have a great night. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night too. And also, there was a member message from Don Terrius. Thank you. Is it actually Don Terrius? Really? It can't be the real Don Terrius. The real Don Terrius can't be a member of my channel. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it says, The membership says, it's my favorite lady from Mexico and my favorite redhead. They will not replace you. Don Terrios is fucking awesome, man.
We can't say that. We can't say that. People will get the wrong idea.
Oh, man. You're like, dude, you're bringing the redhead thing back when everybody else wants to get rid of them. You're like, see,
Yeah.
I was against the grain, man. I love it. I love
I'm
it.
gonna wokeify my people.
I love you, girl. Plug your wares. Tell everyone where they can find you.
My wares. Yeah, if you guys are in Connecticut, I'm going to be headlining the Bridgeport Stress Factory next Thursday, the 23rd. I'll be in New York City for 2 shows next Saturday, the 25th. Grizzly Pear Midtown, 8 and 10 o'clock. Then I'll be in Staten Island, April 7th, Jersey, April 8th, Vegas, April 27th, Dallas, May 5th and 6th. Richmond, Virginia, August 9th. Houston, August 11th. So come on out. Get your tickets at chrissiemayer.com. Watch The Wet Spot Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Compound Media. Watch Simcast Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel and all of the places.
Yay!
So, yeah.
Love Simcast.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And Mangas for 220 says this is the last super chat. Thank you everybody again for watching tonight. You guys have been fantastic, and extra thank you to those who super chatted or became a member. You guys are awesome for supporting the channel. And if you just hung out with us, thank you again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.